Okay, guys. First of all, guys, thank you so much for being here. We got two guest speakers here. We got Filip Vicentijevic and we got Milos Komnenik. And thank you so much, guys, for your time. I think this is going to be great, especially for people that are interested in, not only on stories of success, but also how does an e-commerce work and how to get started in it. And so let me give you a brief introduction of our guest speakers today. So both Milos and Philip, they started Cartel. And what's interesting about this e-commerce online store is that they do custom manufacturing, specializing items on carbon components, but they mainly specialize in steering wheels. So every brand from BMW, McLaren, and so that's really cool about it. We're gonna put on the description a link of Carbon Cartel, the website, and obviously also the Instagram of Philip and Milos, so you can guys check them out. But yeah, I'm really curious, you guys. First of all, how do you guys meet each other?
Yeah.
I'm friend with both of you guys, so no. But for the listeners, just give us a brief introduction of yourself, and also how do you guys meet each other?
Yeah, so Milos, you want me to go first? Am I on? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So can you guys hear me? Just double.
Sure.
All good? Okay. All right. So all right. So yeah, as Umberto said, my name is Jankiewicz. I'm 27 years old. Yeah, so I went to a hotel management college, which I still didn't finish due to my move to the United States. I was fortunate enough to get a job as a waiter in a hotel industry back in 2015, and since multiple e-commerce brands to six figures, we now own Custom Carbon Automotive Parts Company, specifically making custom carbon fiber steering wheels.
Okay. Interesting. And how you guys started? Like, I would like to know, like, for example, why you started this e-commerce in particular, and why e-commerce? Like, were you searching for an online business, or were you like specifically interested about this product and you wanted to develop a brand? Like, how did you guys start?
All right. So,
Specific. You want to go? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So first of all, Philip started first to get some interest into e-commerce. So he was the one who started this whole journey. He had like a couple companies that were doing shoes and clothing.
Okay.
So, and then after that, in that point, I was still working in a restaurant business, and then we started being very good friends. And then I was impressed by his work and how he does that, and then I got some interest to like do the same thing, right? So I was doing like a lot of research in the area, and then just like a lot of YouTube videos, courses, marketing, digital marketing, like management, like books.
Yeah.
And then with time, I proposed him to start our own thing together, and then we started looking for different ideas. Where can we like express ourselves? Like what can we do? What can we start? And then we started looking at different things, at the different competitors, different brands, to see how we can do the same thing or even better, right?
Okay.
And then couple of them we started, and we kind of broke even, and then started, failed, you know. But that's what I was telling Umberto, is that you know, you need to get used to failure. You know, failure needs to be your, like, you know, your motivation to be like, okay, I failed. Okay, what did I learn from it? I learned this. Okay, so from next time, you don't start from scratch. You start with some experience, and then it goes on and on. You know, so yeah.
So, Milos, you mentioned about failure. Out of curiosity, how many businesses do you guys started before, you know, hitting, you know, before starting being profitable with Cartel? Can you expand a little bit more about it?
Yes. So we started to. So three businesses failed. I mean, when I say three businesses, we started three different stores, and then two of them were broke even, and then the third one was we just never saw a sale because it was a higher ticket product, so we never seen a sale on that one, and in and then the fourth was Cartel. So yeah, the thing about high ticket products is that you really need to have a good budget in order for you to like follow brand up to see that first and second sale, so you can break even. You know, so with the higher ticket products, you need a higher budget. So in the first two, those were lower ticket products, and then with those we broke even kind of. And then, but it wasn't enough that we were like, okay, this is profitable, this is going somewhere, right? But when you're breaking even, you kind of lose your enthusiasm there, you know. So that then yeah, we started with third one, it didn't work out, and then Cartel started, and you know, we kind of felt that it's going somewhere because you see by the response of clients how they respond to it. Even though there were no sale in the first like month or two, we saw how people react to product, you know, and then we were like, yeah, this is gonna be good. So and we followed up, and you know, here we are.
You know, also one thing I was really interested about, something that Philip was mentioning, was the transition that you guys had, you know, from working in the restaurant business, working for somebody else, into starting something on your own. So please walk us through that decision, and also, you know, I'm putting myself in the shoes of a lot of guys, you know, our age or younger, that would like to start a business, but they're afraid of taking that step. What were your feelings like at that time when you guys were starting? Were you guys worried a little bit, or you were so passionate about it that you didn't care if you failed? Can you walk us through that period?
Yeah. Okay. So it was kind of like, so I was the one who started first, right? So that was back in 2017. Yeah. So since 2015, so I was working as a waiter, right? And I was making money, paying my expenses, and I was living on like that for 2 years, and then Instagram page, men's fashion page. So I was basically posting other people's outfits, and I had about half a mil followers back then, and I was getting, you know, these fashion stuff, and I was getting also the money. So, but I like more fashion outfit, and I always ask myself, why would I promote my page, right? Why would I do that? They probably want to get some sales out of it, right? And since then, when I realized that, I said, let me make my first store, e-commerce store, 17, and I had you know, had a couple grand the first month. I had a couple grand, and I said, okay, it's time to quit my daily job, and let's get uncomfortable, and let's see where this leads to, you know. And fast forward to 2019. is when Milos came to me and he told me that we need to start some business together. So he always he had me in the beginning, to start with everything. So I gave him kind of like guidance and all that, and everything from there took off. So we basically fulfill each other's ideas, and he's really good at lots of things, managing financial stuff. I'm good at being creative, building a brand, the face of the whole brand and all that, so it's kind of good match. And I think for the future e-commerce builders and all that, they need to find a person that is willing to work together, it has some prior experience, so you can kind of get some help in it,
Implement each other. I see your point.
Exactly. It's all about that. I wouldn't be here right now if it was for Milos, and pushing me to make ideas, for the brand, and accepting all of that, so we work good together, and we're good friends. If we put the business aside, we're good friends.
Yeah. Just yesterday night, by the way, for the listeners, I just, I randomly met Milos and Philip in a Starbucks. They were just enjoying their time, probably talking about business and the next move. But it was just good to see, that it's not only about business, but it's also, and that's an important point.
Yeah, but it's mostly business. That's all we talk about. It's just every day it's business. I mean, we're 27 years old. He's also 27, so we're the same age. And I think this time is the best time that we could, do such a thing. We should embrace this. It's just such a good thing to do.
Yeah, perfect. I'm curious to know how you guys learn about e-commerce. Like, you studied on YouTube, you mentioned before, or you bought some courses.
So so for me personally, as I started first, it was easier for me to walk Milos through my ideas, how I do things, how I do marketing, and all that stuff. So he knew easily, what I was doing and all that. So how I started, I was there's this guy on YouTube that I started following. I remember he made like a YouTube video, like a 7-day video, from day 1 to day 7, to make $1,000 in 7 days. So he started from day 1 building a store to day 7 having $1,000 sale on his e-commerce store, and he was selling bracelets. He was selling men's bracelets, and he did this strategy where he was selling like buy one get one free, or I think it was get one for 12 for just pay shipping. It was that kind of strategy. So I said, why don't I just use the same strategy, but just for my for any idea that I want to do. And I started with clothing brand. And it was quite successful.
Okay, yeah, that's very
What about
interesting.
you?
Yeah, it was very. So basically, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. It's just I knew that I'm gonna use my knowledge that I had prior with men's fashion page. So I was basically promoting on my men's fashion page on Instagram. So basically, I was using my Instagram page as a free marketing, right? And then I realized that why don't I just use multiple pages like mine, and see where we go from there. And it was quite good. It was quite good. It paid off.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so you guys started like that, and you had multiple brands at the beginning, right? But then Carbon Cartel is the one that had the best.
until we reached to Carbon Cartel, then when we got to that point where we have Carbon Cartel, Milos already had a couple courses from the people that made quite big money in doing Facebook ads. So he took those courses from them, and then he Instagram ads, because I'm good at Instagram, he's good at Facebook. So yeah, that was we kind of divided, and then we from there we manage how many employees do we have, Milos?
Say it again.
So you're breaking up. Okay, so how many employees do we manage right now? We have about, was it 8? Is it 8 or?
Yeah. 8.
Right now 8. So yeah, we have 8 employees. For Carbon Cartel, and they're all overseas, and they're doing fantastic work. Step aside the factory, we're not counting the factory members and all that, which is much more, but we're talking about the sales people and customer service people and people that help us with marketing and all that.
Okay. Interesting. So you said 8 people, but like especially for customer service, or are they also running the ads? Like what are they doing like specifically?
So right now we have this strategy where we have influencers and sponsors getting us exposure. In return, we would sponsor them with our wheels, and this kind of marketing strategy has been effective. And so far, that's the only thing we've been doing in the past few months. We've done Facebook ads, and then we stopped, and then we got back together doing Facebook ads, and then we stopped again. But we're gonna get back together the beginning of September probably. We're gonna get back with Facebook ads, but right now it's just influencers marketing campaign.
Okay.
The only problem that we experience with Facebook ads and Carbon Cartel is that I was just telling that to Umberto yesterday when I saw him, is that the product is very expensive, and then it automatically makes it harder for you to test different audiences to see which one's going to be the most profitable, right? So you can use like different parameters to see if that's going to be profitable. But again, that like for example, you can do cost per add to cart, and then compare how many add to carts you had per budget that you spend. But then nobody guarantees you that add to cart is going to escalate to initiate checkout and purchase. So you can use that, but it's not as reliable as purchase. Purchase is like you got the money, you got the purchase, and then you can say, okay, that audience is profitable, right? So we did try to use Facebook ads for less expensive products for Carbon Cartel, like polishers and airbags, and that kind of worked. But it's just we kind of like relied more on Instagram side, and that organic bringing organic people like doing partial sponsorships that we do with car owners that have for example 5 to 10, 15, 20 up to 100,000 followers, and then we give them a good price on the steer, and then they promote us in return.
Okay, perfect. And can you tell us like more or less with how many influencers are you working, like just to understand better the proportion, like how you're sponsoring the
so we have from partial sponsorships. I just checked like it was a week ago, we have like around 370 370 there. So we make them, we offer them a sponsorship, right?
Okay.
And then we give them the affiliate like page where they can register to be our affiliates, right? Then they go there, they register, leave their email, then they get their own code, right?
Okay.
Then they can use that code to promote like online on their page, on their stories and everything. And then another thing that we did is that we made like a little platinum membership card, which is a metal card with NFC chip on it. When they can just tap their, like for example, they can program the link into the chip. So
Okay.
when they go to like different car shows or car meets, they can just present that they're like, okay, this is the wheel that I got from this and this company. And then
Okay.
if you want to buy one, just tap it. So they can just tap like on the back of their phone, and it's gonna take them directly to that affiliate link where they have discount applied. So their friend or whatever, they can just go on the website, make their own customization, check out, and then use that link. So they get like $200 off the order, and the person that presented the card or our affiliate, he gets $100. So it's like a nice little program.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah. And what we always talk about this too, about Instagram and Facebook. I've been telling this before. I'm going to tell again. Instagram is quite powerful social media platform. It's to me, it's more powerful than Facebook. Even though Facebook is much bigger, though, it can reach more people, and it's #1 platform. But on Facebook, if you promote on Facebook and one person comes to your website and they either pay or they don't, they won't follow you because they only see the website. They only see that that ad that pops up on their feed, you know. And on Instagram, they can follow your page and they can stay there for months and months until they actually pay. Or get a product, you know, from you. So with that being said, it's just you know, we've had people following us in the past year, 2 years, and they never got a wheel. And up until 2 weeks ago, the guy reached out again and he said, "Guys, it's time to get a wheel. Can I get it customized by you guys?" I said, "Absolutely." You know, it's just so it's quite amazing.
Yeah, I see. So what do you think is like the like for our audience, for example, like the big difference because from running, for example, just Facebook ads or just trying to get as many influencers as you can for your store? Like, would you do both at the beginning? Let's say that a guy is starting from zero and it's his first store. Would you go for influencer marketing or Facebook ads or both? Based on a budget, let's say of just a couple $1,000s. Like, let's say that this guy has like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 max. So how would you start?
So I would definitely think about what's the product I'm selling. If that product is it makes sense to sell first on Instagram, I would probably do Instagram. It's just I feel more comfortable with Instagram just because I've been through that for the past few years. I would probably do Instagram ads, but if the product is cheaper, I would also venture myself into Facebook ads as well. I would also do Facebook ads as well, but Instagram ads would be the #1 thing that I'll do. And then I'll go on from there. I would probably split few platforms. I would probably maybe do it on TikTok later on or email marketing, but definitely first Instagram. It's just you don't need much of an initial investment with Instagram. You can really test it out with a few $100s to see if that product has interest
I
And,
just want to add something. I just want to add something when you ask about Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So if somebody just started, right? Like it's his first store. He's new to e-commerce. He never like went into Facebook Ads Manager. Uh, like what Philip said, it's Instagram is more like so you get audiences by different pages, and like it's niched already, right? While Facebook, they have a specific algorithm that you need to know. Like Facebook is not just like I'm gonna go on Facebook and I'm gonna put money and it's gonna bring me money. It doesn't go like that. Like you need to know what you're doing. So unless you have a budget to learn, or budget and time to learn Facebook ads first and then start doing them, that's fine. But if you don't have or just pay someone to run it for you, that's fine. But then you're gonna need a bigger budget again. But if you're new to it, I would recommend going with Instagram because it's more kind of it's already niched, right? So if you have a car product, right?
Yeah.
Like you go to car pages, reach out to them because it's clear logic that people with cars are gonna like car products, right? While on Instagram you can, while on Facebook, I'm sorry, you can target the car interests, like, but it's not gonna do that well, you know. Just because you don't know the exact uh, for example, you don't know the exact demographic, you don't know uh, like there's so many details that you need to know in order for that to be profitable. And then when you're gonna turn your ads off if they're not bringing you money, like you need to know that, like what like when you're gonna stop, because you can spend $100 and not get $1 back, and then you can spend $100 and get $1,000 back. But when you're gonna stop, that's the question, you know. And you need to know that before you start doing that. So I would say if you're a beginner, Instagram first, definitely, because it's more beginner friendly. And then take that money that you get back, invest in your knowledge, invest, like read books, read books about it, the YouTube videos, courses are, I mean, there are a lot of scammers out there. Invest in some good courses, like read reviews about it, see who's scamming, see who's not, and then try to get you know you know what you think it's legit. Try.
Yeah, most of the guys would just take your money and give you some advice that they found from somebody else. They would just sell you the other courses they found online. So basically, you're spending your money for nothing. So 10% of the whole internet thing, gurus are legit, and 90% is just pure scam. It's just the way it is.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I would like to ask you like a question about the thing you said, Minos, before. So for a beginner, it's much better, you said, like to start with Instagram because it's easier. You're not going to spend much money. But what about other organic traffic sources like YouTube and TikTok, for example? Do you think it's a waste of focus to start like uploading videos and creating like a YouTube channel that is organized, that is with high quality content? You think it's just too much at the beginning, like it's not worth it? Maybe it's a step for later. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely YouTube. YouTube is such a powerful tool. We never venture ourselves into that just because you need to be a lot of creative about YouTube content, and you have to post daily because it's all about the views that you get, right? And but we want to have our own channel for YouTube. We want to venture ourselves into that for sure.
Okay.
But for the beginners, YouTube could be a big cake. So I would definitely start small and then building way up, because the first store they build, it's probably not going to be be the successful one. They're going to learn a lot from it, and then the second one, the third one could bring more success. You know, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's really hard to be successful with a first store. It's really hard. You need to put a lot of work in, and if you want to really have a successful store, you need to look the way with the passion. It's got to be some kind of passion to it, you know. Just like me and Milos, you know, we wouldn't be good with Cartel if we didn't like cars. You know, we like cars. Of course, we're gonna perform better if we like something what we do. You know, let's say you want to sell diapers. You know, you're not gonna be, you know, excited selling babies diapers. You know, I know, yeah, it's gonna make you money, but at some point you might exhaust yourself just because you're not comfortable with it. You know, it's just it's not what you're supposed to be. You know, it's just
So let me ask you guys if you can give a step-by-step process, you know, from the first step to the fifth step. Where would you guys start to build an e-commerce? Let's say you have no experience. Would you start educating yourself? Then, I don't know, starting by finding the passion you have, and then by building the product around it. Can you guys tell me a little bit about it?
yeah. Milos, you
You want
wanna
to begin it? Okay. So I would
cover that,
start definitely knowledge.
or you want me to go?
You shouldn't rush into anything, you know, because if you rush into it, there are good chances that you're gonna fail first time. I mean, usually are. Even if you get the knowledge, you're gonna start and you're gonna fail and you're gonna figure stuff out, and then with time you're gonna be better and more experienced. So definitely knowledge is a great way to start. Like take a couple of months just like researching, see how the things are, you know, get some feel to it, right? And then so it all gets down to how much budget you have to start the first project, right? So if you have a decent budget, you can be like, okay, I can outsource someone for branding, I can outsource someone for marketing, I can outsource this and that. But if you don't have the budget, then that's how me and Philip started. We were like, okay, Philip is gonna be in charge for influencer marketing and Instagram page branding, right? I was in charge for branding, for example, boxes, branding material, this and that, and in a relationship with suppliers. So we split ourselves, you know. Okay, this is your responsibility, this is my responsibility. Let's work on it. Put it down like in the different steps. Okay, what do I need to, in order for us to get the product from A to B? What do we need to do? And then you break it down. Boom, 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 boom. I need to do this, and this. And then you break it down into more simple steps, and then you just work on it, right? Paper and pen, write everything down, and then work one by one. You know, that's the beauty as a entrepreneur. You can take your time, how much you need, put everything line by line, work on it. You know, no one's rushing you anywhere. Do it, make sure it's right? So we how we started, he came up with the idea. For example, Carbon Cartel, he came up with the idea. He saw it from a competitor, and he's like, okay, we can make this better, right? So that's the thing. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can get people. You can get the idea off the other brands, but I mean, it would be better if you can do something better about it, right? Because they're already in the game. They're already ahead of you. So how can you be better to get ahead of them, right? So you need to think that way. So he noticed that specific brand. We were like, okay, how can we get better? We started thinking how we can do it better. Then, okay, what do we need to do about it? And start doing step by step, organizing everything to see how the business is going to go. Reach out to suppliers, start getting, start networking to see how we're gonna make everything happen. And then, yeah, it's just a process, you know. I'm not sure if this answered if I went too deep.
Yeah, it's a process, but it took us only a little bit of time to see the actual success. There's some stores that take more time, but for us it took us a few months, and it's a brand. This is a real brand versus drop shipping store. A drop shipping store is kind of you can have early success. You really can. But with building a brand, it goes really slowly in the beginning, and then it gets building way up later stages. So.
And something that I think Philip mentioned earlier, that is highly underrated, and I think that especially young aspiring entrepreneurs should be thinking of is find something like just Philip was saying that you're passionate about, and then make it your work. And you guys use the car business as an example. You just love cars, and so you say, hey, you know what? I'm just seeing this website. I want to make it better. Let's start selling those products. And we love what we're doing, basically. But I think there are a lot of people that they just dive into a business and they do something that they're not passionate about. Philip was mentioning about the diapers. And if I mean, nobody's judging you if you like diapers, but if you're not passionate about it, it's not something sustainable that you can keep. And if it's not sustainable, you cannot stay there and work for many years and let it compound. So the business has not the same growth that it might have if you're there and you're passionate about it. So I think that was a really important message that you guys gave there, for sure.
Yes, 100%. It's the passion that moves us every day, and just for a better living. It's just yeah.
Yeah. So guys, let me ask you, especially from aspiring entrepreneurs, what about you? We've been talking about e-commerce. What about personal life? How did starting a business affect you guys personally?
So when I started out, I wasn't actually putting much time on my stores. I was few hours every day until lunchtime. Lunchtime was a month later, and when I started getting sales, I was basically laid down and I was spending 2 hours every day. I had to work every day, 2 hours at least, so I can check messages, because I was doing everything. In the beginning, when I had my clothing store, I was customer service. I was doing having conversation with the suppliers. I did everything. So basically it took me 2 hours every day up until I built a bigger store where I had more success, but I also spent a few hours a day. It's just I didn't work much. When I think about that times, if I actually put more work, I think I would have more sales back then. If I just put more hours in, it's just I think I was too excited about this free life and just having free time to do whatever you want. You're not obligated to go to work or do anything. Just you're your own boss. So I think I was just laid back for like a year or 2 years, and until I realized that I have to actually work really, really hard to make everything happen and then enjoy my later stages.
Okay. Yeah, and I would like to ask you like how you're managing, you guys are managing your life now compared to when you started. Like, for example, now, are you working harder like to expand the brand, or you're enjoying more your life, you're traveling? So what are you doing and how it changed from when you guys started at the beginning?
Every like so we work 6 days a week. We only take Sunday off, right?
Okay.
So we meet around 8-9 o'clock every morning, and then we work until 2 o'clock together, right?
Okay.
So we meet up and then we talk like about different things, about problems, about everything in general. So we take five hours to work together, and then after that we're still work. We're still like on our phones because we can manage everything from our phones. But we use those 5 hours just to be together and communicate. Like, okay, what do we need to solve? Is this a problem? Is that a problem? Branding ideas, ideas for new business, this and that. And then after that, we
I think you're.
I think you cut off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody called me. I'm sorry about that. And then
I think I lost you for.
So that's the ritual that we have Monday through Saturday.
What about travels? Do you guys, since you guys are more, I know that you're meeting and you're working hard, but now that you're more financially free, what were, compared to when you guys were working on the restaurant business as waiters, what are the difference compared now, over, I don't know, going out for a dinner and being financially free to actually get whatever you want on the menu? Like, tell us a little bit about it. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's funny. Mose just came back from a trip with his girlfriend. He came back 2 days ago. He went for like 3-4 days in Orlando. It's not far. It's only 2-3 hours from West Palm Beach where we live. But he just decided to go, and nothing is stopping him. He said he's gonna spend time on his phone to do some work still, and that's fine. He can be on the way and he can live anywhere he wants to live. And do this, as long as we have communication, as long as we have internet, we're free. Internet is our bread and butter. So yeah.
But I just want to say something about what he said about what he said about like luxury living and that. When you get into that point that you're earning more money, for example, while I was in a restaurant, I can like working as a waiter, I can tell that I was spending money more recklessly than now when I actually have my own business. Because the thing about that, and that's when your brain starts to switch. It's like when you're working for someone, right? And you're like, okay, every day I'm gonna earn that much money, and you're gonna go clock in, clock out, and you're gonna earn a certain amount of money, right? So there's a certain warranty that comes with that, and then you're always gonna say to yourself, okay, every day when I go, I'm gonna get that money, right? In business, it's not always like that. So the money that you get, the money that you get, you can actually invest, so you can get more money out of it. So you start switching your mindset like that. So then you're not anymore about going out and spending that money recklessly. You're more about, okay, you have a business. It's like me and Philip are joking. It's like a baby, and you're like, okay, how can I make it? How can I make it better? And then you invest that money again, like reinvest. While you're working for someone, you're like, okay, I get that money, and then you spend it on yourself. You spend it on like luxury items, clothes, like things that you actually don't need, but you want them, and then that's where that rat race comes to play.
It never stops. Never ends. Yeah. Yeah, it never ends. But yeah, like Miller said with his that's so true. That's so true. How money works. Nowadays people are spending, going out, and all that. They could save up so much if they could just live a more humble life for, let's say, 2 months, and use that money to build up their store. They said, okay, let me just throw in some money and into my idea and see how it goes. If it fails, it fails. It's okay. That's all right. We failed numerous times. We failed 8-9 times. We have problems every day, but you solve those problems, you learn from it, and you move on, and you become better, at it. So now we have we're building up another business, and we are mostly spending our time into that. every day, and I can't tell much now, but you guys will see in the future what we're talking about.
Definitely on the next
Yeah.
episode number 2 with you guys.
Yeah.
But you know, what about you mentioned about starting another business. What's the vision with Cardboard Cartel in the future? I mean, you guys mentioned that it's a 6 figures e-commerce. You know, what are some goals you have going on and you know, what's the timeline you have thinking about Carbon Cartel? If it's from 1 to 5 years or to 10 years, you still want to see that baby growing. Tell us a little bit about it.
So yeah, right now we hired 2 months ago. We hired a huge website development team for the website. So we're probably gonna be the first ones. We're going to be the first ones that are gonna have like totally customizable website where you can actually see the wheel of how it's gonna look before you even purchase it, and then you can purchase it right here and there. And that's something that our competitors don't have. That's something that's gonna bring so much attention. It just takes so much time to build, and that's one of our biggest investments so far into Carbon Cartel. And that's the next step. Once we finish that, we definitely gonna think about carbon fiber components, how to make them better, how to make something new that's gonna look better, and it's just even different, you know. So you have to every time you have to make different molds for carbon fiber. It's just carbon fiber is very specific material, and it just requires lots of time and effort to make it. You know, it just the whole customization takes weeks, even months.
Okay. Yeah, I see. So basically now you want to scale Carbon Cartel, right? And you're starting also another business, but so your plans to scale are just to focus on e-commerce, for example, or are you looking also for some other business opportunities? For example, like I see a lot of persons online that have good success with e-commerce that are selling courses, for example, or that are teaching to others, that are creating programs. So are you guys like more focused on e-commerce, or you're also like trying to see other things and maybe try them?
Yeah. So, for example, my idea, and I was talking to Philip about that as well, is to start venturing when we get enough capital to start moving it into residential real estate, because we feel like that you know, real estate is always a good investment. You know, people are gonna always need a place to live, so that's something else that we're gonna try to venture ourselves into when we get enough capital. But when it comes to courses, I don't know, we just never thought about it. I don't know, I would rather, you know, just give it away for free. Whoever comes contacts me, I would just, you know, tell him, hey, this is how you do it, you know, but do your own research. Everything is out there, you know. Everything is out there, but just people don't wanna put the work in it. You know, information. There's so much information now, but the only thing is to like differentiate which one is legit and which one, you know, is not. And then you also, this is also one of the very important information. For example, drop shipping. You need to filter when you're looking at the YouTube videos. You need to filter it for example 2021 videos, because you cannot go watch 2017 video how to build your website, because it's drop shipping is relatively new, but then it changes so fast. Like everything, like the older tactics and are not working as well now how they did even like a year ago, 2 years ago. It's just changing so quickly. So you need to think out of the box also and see like okay, I have this kind of product. How can I get exposure? How can I get exposure? Like, for example, giving people that product. Okay, that's one thing. If the product is too expensive, what we're doing now, it's doing those sponsorship discounts. So you need to find a way how you can get your product out there. And then, even if you're breaking even, that's fine. Work for free, that's fine. But your product is being used out there. That person who's using that product, if he probably has the same people with same interest around him, right? For example, steering wheels. That person likes to mod his car, right? He probably has friends that like to mod his car too. They're gonna see that steering wheel. Steering wheel has a wow factor. Wow, where'd you get it? I got it here and here. And then, even like with the higher ticket product, even the word of mouth is very powerful, because you only need one sale to get like a, $500,000. So like, even if you're just getting it out there, it's gonna pay off. Because like you're been building your brand presence, people are gonna hear about you now. People, when they hear about us, they're like, oh yeah, we heard a lot about you guys. Just because we just kept pushing our product, even if we're breaking even sometimes we like on some sponsorships, we're losing money, but we're like, okay, like, or some, for example, we have influencers with like 170,000 followers, and we like gave him a steering wheel for free, $2,000 wheel. We gave him for free. He has like 4 or 5 supercars, and we gave him the R8 steering wheel for free. We're like, here, take it, and we got like 5 sales from him. But again, that's all a risk that you need to take. Nothing is certain. You just need to play the game.
You can't know. Yeah, exactly. And also, just to point one thing out about the brand, if you don't know how you're gonna put that product out there, to people, and you don't know what to do with it, and you don't feel comfortable with that product, don't do it. All we had, I knew before we launched them. I knew what I'm going to do with them. I knew which audience I'm going to target. So it's just, you have to know that beforehand, and also make a good story, good brand story. It's gotta have a story behind it. You gotta have.
Okay. And I wanted to ask, like, for example, for the buyers, so for your customers, like, are you trying to sell them like other products, for example, with email marketing campaigns? How are you like getting the customers to buy again your products? Like, is a natural process, for example, because they really like it and they're coming back, or you're also structured in a way that, for example, you're promoting again with, I don't know, with retargeting on the ads, or maybe with the emails, or maybe on Instagram, I don't know. So are you structured to make them buy again and to really promote the product to them?
No, shoot, I'm gonna take that. Milos, you there?
Can you hear us?
You're losing Milos. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. All right. So you asked about how do we retarget and all that. So a bunch of our customers that received the wheel, they either want to do a new one for their second car, or they have friends that they're referring to other people. So basically, we get sales from their friends buying the wheels from us and all that. We also retarget them with email marketing. Yes, we do that as well. but it just goes that far up for email marketing, but no any Instagram retargeting or Facebook retargeting ads. No, we do not do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, guys, did you have some other questions, Matteo?
No, I wanted just to discuss very quickly about like the thing about leverage. We discussed yesterday, for example, Umberto, remember about how to not exchange your time only for money. So that's maybe the first step, raise some capital, some money, but then how to like to switch that relationship, that when you're like exchanging your time with money and putting some leverage, for example, being in something that is selling while you're sleeping, having some employees that are managing the things for you. So how did you make the switch? And I know also Umberto wanted to ask some things about it.
My phone turned off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I know you guys you also asked about the initial investment that you need for opening up a business and all that.
Yeah.
You don't actually need much money, you know. It's just all of the 80% of my businesses that are businesses to it took us few hundred dollars to open them, you know. The biggest problem is you know, how much money do you need for ads to see a sale? For the higher ticket product, you'll probably need more money to see the initial, you know, sale. For products that cost about $10, $20, you probably need, you know, $20, $30, $50 to invest to see one sale. You know, it's probably the same amount of money that product costs. That's how much money you need as an initial investment. When we talk about Instagram ads, Facebook ads is another story, because Facebook ads, they split tests and other stuff, as you, Matteo, know better. You've been specializing in Facebook ads, so yeah, that's probably going to take more money. But doing logo and brand name, packaging, you don't have to go all in for packaging before you see. You know, if you're doing drop shipping, you don't actually need to do any packaging. But if you doing your own brand, you will need to do brand packaging and all that stuff. Which will cost about $1,000, you know, and you can always get it from China and for cheaper, right? And yeah, that's pretty much what you need. It's just you have to do lots of research before you even.
You know, Philip, to add some, you know, something interesting, I think that might help a lot of people.
Healthy to building up a business, yeah.
No, I was just saying, you know, to add on something that Matteo was saying is, you know, the idea by being an entrepreneur is that you're not renting out your time anymore. You're not renting out your hours of work. So, you know, making a comparison to when you, for example, were working as a waiter, you get paid a total amount of money for that hour of output you give. While being an entrepreneur, it takes risk, it takes a lot of time and hustle. But then you and Milos exemplify, you know, this path, you know, of hustle. But then you guys get to a level where you guys manage your time your own way. You don't have a boss. You're financially free, and I think that's what the success community, that this is what our YouTube channel and podcast is looking for, you know, is to give inspiration by interviewing people like you. So definitely thank you guys. Let's wrap it up, but thank you so much for your time. I think this has been tremendously valuable, especially for aspiring entrepreneurs in the e-commerce business, but also outside that world. And so thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting us and to be as a you know, number one in your podcast. We're glad to help you guys. And yeah, as you said, it's all about the financial freedom. You know, yes, you make money, but you're free. You know, you decide if you want to travel tomorrow, let's go somewhere, you know, we can work from that place, you know. Having your own time to create. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, to create your own time, your schedule, it's amazing. It's really amazing, and you get to meet very successful people along the way, which is even better, you know. So it just makes you a better person, and there's always better than. I mean, we're just you know, getting started. It's just I can't wait for the next upcoming years with our startups and with our ideas. It's just it's never going to stop. It's just we always here to create and to be better, you know. It's really good. That's all I can say.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, guys.
Milosh, by the way, Milosh is his I think he just cut his connection just cut, but he said thank you. He's right there. He said thank you, and
Hey, look forward to do another one
call.
in the future, in the near future, and to see where you
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely. Maybe we can give you a little update on what's happening you know, in the future for sure. But I guess I'm gonna see you, Umberto. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you soon in West Palm area. So, yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, guys.